following show contains adult content. It's not our intent to offend anyone, but we want to inform you that if you are a child under the age of 18 or get offended easily, this next show may not be for you. The content, opinions, and subject matter of these shows are solely the choice of your show hosts and their guests, and not those of the Entertainment Network or any affiliated stations. Any comments or inquiries should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for listening.
To the Adventure and Pipeman on W4CY Radio.
Wake up, America! It's time for the Adventures of Pipeman on W4CY.com, West Palm Beach's #1 internet radio station. Here's your host, the Pipeman.
Travel Tuesday on the Adventures Pipeman here on W4CY Radio, W4CY.com. And let me just start off with this, okay? You have just won a hockey tournament, not like the Super Bowl, but the Super Bowl was too long ago for me to use that. But we'll use the hockey tournament. Where is it you're going to go? Well, this is more appropriate to hockey than football, I think. This is where you're going to go. And while I'm playing this, after it's over one, let's pull the white and pipe nuts and the white nuts. We'll call them the white nuts today. Bring on the pipe nuts. But let's check this out.
Couples can now make love inside Disney World. Disney has just added love nests to the Magic Kingdom. For only $200 an hour, you can rent out one of these exclusive private rooms where couples can make love with a view of Cinderella Castle. There is a maximum limit of 6 people per nest. However, if you want to have more than 6 people with you, you must pay an extra $50 per person. In order to maintain your privacy, there is a double-sided mirror which allows you to see Cinderella Castle and the rest of the Magic Kingdom, but doesn't allow anyone else to see inside. This is important for the people in the room making love, as well as the people walking around Disney World, especially since there are so many kids. Naturally, Disney chose Valentine's Day to launch these brand new love nests. However, not everyone is in love with this idea. In fact, many parents think that it's gross that Disney would allow these rooms inside their park. This, of course, is because it's a park for families. Meanwhile, proponents of this say that it's about time Disney allows people to make love inside their theme parks. Disney adults feel before Disney was violating their First Amendment rights. For more on these love nests, click the link in our bio or visit mousetrapnews.com.
Okay, so Health Nut from up north. Let's see what the northern people are like, because we played this yesterday. Health Nut, what is your, as a single person with no kids, what is your opinion of that at Disney?
Hey, well, when you put it like that, it's kind of weird.
Yeah,
I think because like there's so many other places you could be. But if you love Disney, I don't know.
If you love Disney and you love looking out the window at kids playing while you're having sex, it's the perfect thing. Because that's what it says. Well, you can see out, nobody can see in. So
I know.
Basically, you let your kids like just run wild in the park while you're running wild in whatever that thing is. And it's kind of like, I don't know if they have these in Canada, but in the United States, they have pay by the hour motels. It's usually for prostitution. Okay, so if you're paying by the hour at Disney, Disney has now become a brothel, people. Okay, is now officially a brothel. Well, and look, Rebel's smiling, so she's very happy about that.
No,
she has a place to go.
Very disgusted with that. Just they're ruining the whole Disney experience.
Yeah, it's like so. Like, was this a special request? You think people were requesting this service, and like they were upset that they didn't have access?
Probably all probably all the furries were.
No, no, don't go there. That's not nice. Sorry.
Well, no, I'm not being not nice. Who else would want to have sex at Disney? Furries.
No, and no.
You know what I wonder? I wonder if they have like a closet with like all the prince's like clothes that the woman that you're with can choose from, so you can have like a fantasy type thing.
Yeah, maybe that's kind of it.
That's gonna cost extra.
But it's kind of, yeah. I
how about
how they have like 6+, you have to pay extra.
Well, since it's a brothel now,
that's like even weirder or even more interesting.
I know, right? If you have more than 6, man, oh my God! But that sounds like a good time, actually. But anyway, you have that plenty in South Florida. Anyway, you just go to one of the sex clubs in South Florida. There's a lot more than 6.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I think when you're at that 6, it's not a far reach to go above that.
Well, it's kind of like when I had kids. Once I got into 3, I'm like, now it doesn't even matter anymore. Yeah. Once you're at 3, whether it's 3 or 23, it's
still... I'm sure it matters. Don't have 23 children.
There are people that have had 23 children. I'm just kind of wondering how they did not kill themselves. Okay, because number one
woman having 23 children. I think that's different than having like one man having.
Yeah, it's like, when you go to the batting cages, that's what it's like.
I mean, it's possible. Yeah.
I see perplexed looks. Does that mean you don't know what I mean? At the batting cages, they have the machine that keeps throwing the ball at you.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like having stirrups on the other side and it's just shooting out babies.
Okay. If you hit the ball.
And no, it's your job. In this, you can't hit it. You're gonna hurt the baby.
Oh yeah,
if you hit the baby. No, you have to catch the baby. Is what it is. Okay, so she shoots it out, and however many you catch, you get to keep. It's a new ride at Disney. Costs extra though. It's not part of your park ticket. Okay, it's $10 per shot.
Do you want to be part of the baby toss?
Okay, or maybe that's what you rent that room for, to shoot them out the window. Like it's kind of like fireworks, children's fireworks.
Is it actually a real thing?
It is a real thing. Yes.
Really?
Well,
like in all Disneys around the world?
I don't know about all Disneys, but Florida is almost as bad as Sodom and Gomorrah as Louisiana is. So definitely in Florida for sure. In California, I don't think the liberals would really be too cool with. Well, maybe they would be cool with it. It's all about like the hippies can all have like love and peace at Disney World. Free love at Disney World, but it's not free. That's the problem.
It comes with
it will be a magical moment.
Like, just give the room for free, okay? Instead of charging for it, give like a 5-minute limit. That's good for most men, okay? and
God.
Well, the hour is not going to be good enough for a woman. And so for $200 an hour, you might as well just get 5 minutes worth, because that's all that's really going to be needed. And besides, you can't let your kids run around Disney by themselves while you're having sex in these rooms Disney is selling. Okay, so for too long. I mean, for 5 minutes, not
too long at all. At all.
It's not. You put them online. You're like, hold on, we'll be right back. An hour, you're never going to find them. They're going to be taken and brought somewhere else.
Stick them in the ride that's got the longest line.
You don't think somebody's walking on that line, seeing kids by themselves, and might do something like really bad? You cannot leave your kids roaming around Disney by themselves while you have sex in one of the rooms that Disney sells for $200.
You can't leave your kids. Well, you shouldn't leave your kids roaming around Disney at all by themselves. It's not a freaking
but if you didn't have these rooms for sex, you'd have no reason to leave them by themselves. You're not going with
kids. Maybe they're not going with kids, right?
Have you been to Disney?
I have.
Okay, well, kids go there. I know Canadians aren't very informed on this, but just so you know,
adults go without the children.
which, by the way, okay,
I went without kids.
By the way,
I don't have kids.
I've gone without kids too, and that's creepier. Okay,
well,
you're gonna go without kids and have sex at Disney okay, that's really creepy. What's with you Canadians? I don't get it.
I wasn't signing up for that. I know there was no mention of that.
Well, let me tell you what our response is to your wait. I have to tell you what there's breaking news right now. There is a response specifically to your comment as a Canadian. Okay. And by the way, I want to congratulate you on winning that championship. Okay. And this also ties to that too. So hold on. Let's see what the White House has to say.
He looks forward to watching the game tonight, and we look forward to the United States beating our soon-to-be 51st state, Canada.
Does President Trump have a bet with Trudeau about this U.S.
news conference from the White House the morning or afternoon of that championship game? What the? This is going to be talked about tomorrow on What the Fuck Wednesday, because what the fuck that. Rude. It's one thing, the dumb ednecks. We'll just call them ednecks because they won't figure out what that means. The dumb ednecks, okay, saying that, okay, because they don't read books. So, of course, they're saying that. And I'm looking to see somebody's calling, okay, and we have a rule on the air, so hold on. Let's answer it. Holy shit. I just won the Publishers Clearinghouse sweepstakes. Ed McMahon's at my door. Nice.
I got a call the other day that I got a Bitcoin. It was
Did you
frozen,
really?
And they wanted my information too.
Did you give it to them?
No, of course not. But I was like excited. I was like, wow, it's my lucky day. This is amazing. And you could tell he was like, yeah.
I've heard about a lucky penny, but a lucky Bitcoin?
A lucky Bitcoin.
That's a lot of luck.
So I have to tell you, I got that TikTok because people are talking about, that Canadians, it's in the news, are like all canceling their vacations to America because of everything that's going on. So listen, okay, I get the dumb edneck that has no book reading skills that would say that, okay? And I get some comedian saying it as a joke, but really the White House press secretary of the United States of America is taking a jab like we're like children on the playground. Oh my fucking God.
I hadn't seen that. I haven't seen that clip before, but I did watch.
Well, you're not going to see it in Canada. Where you think they're going to show it to you in Canada?
I don't know if you're on the webs. It's everywhere.
What did you see? What did you see?
I watched Canadian Bacon the other day, which is like
what the hell is Canadian bacon? Okay, besides I don't even like the I don't even like the taste of it. Why do I want to watch the movie about it? Is it a documentary about Canadian bacon?
I think it got a 14% rating on Rotten Tomatoes or something. It was a real winner. But anyway, John Candy. It's like from 95, and they made a comment about Canada being the 51st state, and we were like, what?
Oh yeah, I knew about that.
It's been going on for a long time apparently.
Oh yeah,
that makes sense. I mean, but yeah, no, it's a whole new level now. It's a whole new level of insanity.
Hey, that audio that I told you about for tomorrow, Juan, do you have the ability? We know you have the ability to pause. Do you have the ability to fast forward in it?
No.
Like, at all. You're going to have to listen tomorrow, Health Nut or something, because Pipeman made a prediction in 2016 when Trump became president, and I made a prediction. And that prediction has come true. And we're going to be playing that prediction tomorrow on What the Fuck Wednesday, because it's more appropriate for What the Fuck Wednesday. Okay. But
I mean, it can be travel related because you're traveling.
You're stretching it. This is why we want to take over your country, because you make up dumb things like that. Okay. Like, no. Just forget about it.
All right.
What are you going to do if you do become the 51st state?
Wow.
Now the question is, will you be? See, I don't think they've thought this out much because they're saying 51st state, but is that what it's going to be, or are they just going to turn all of the provinces into states, and then we'll have like 152 states?
Yeah. Yeah, I know, right? I don't know. That would be, and then what do you do with the time zones? Like, I know China, they run only on Beijing time.
By the way,
it's like there's like 3 time zones, but it's all on one time. China is on one time. So would that happen? No, I guess the time zones would still be.
It'd still be the same.
Yeah,
the same.
We'll keep it the same.
Come on now.
We're supposed to be getting rid of daylight savings time, so say that would be nice.
I heard we would just get rid of the tundra because that doesn't suit us.
You can't get rid of the tundra. That's like your gateway to the Arctic. Isn't that what you want?
Yeah, it is what we want, but we want to tell the world that we're getting rid of it so we can keep it all. Okay.
Okay.
Greedy much?
So,
yeah, that's what it's all about. This is all about greed.
So what do you think about the picture of, Trump and Elon Musk sitting at Fort Knox with all the gold?
I haven't seen it.
They took a special trip to make sure. They took a special trip. Speaking of travel, they took a special trip to Fort Knox to make sure that the gold is still there. Like, because they're thinking that the Biden administration took all the gold. That's how ridiculous we are nowadays.
So isn't it always been like, pirates and people stealing stuff and
so speaking of travel, since you're Canadian and you love Florida, how'd you like me to book you some travel to where the real pirates are? Like, they're not that far from where I am. Okay.
Are you trying to get rid of me?
They're real life pirates. They're up by Lake Okeechobee in the Everglades. It's called Devil's something. Juan, you remember what the name of it is? It's not the Devil's Triangle. It's
the Devil's Den.
I think it is. I think it's Devil's Den. And there are, how I know there's real life pirates there, like that rape and murder people. Like, literally, I'm not kidding. Okay, I hope they're not watching this. But yeah, I dated somebody years ago who,
of course,
some of her family members were these pirates. I'm like, are you telling me this because it's true, or are you telling me this to try to scare me into not breaking up with you?
She was alluding to a good time.
I think she was alluding to, listen, if you break my heart, you're going to be not in good shape. Let's put it that way. But I'm still here.
Yeah. You survived that. And she's not around, or they're not
around. Listen, my family was Italian mafia. So I'm not. So like I had to pull the card if the pirates come.
Oh, you played that card, did you?
Well, I'm an Italian Jew. The Jew will negotiate with you. If that doesn't work, then the Italian will threaten you. And that will work.
Yeah. It's the double whammy.
Yeah, exactly.
No escape.
So I would suggest negotiating. You don't want the Italian to come out. Trust me. Okay, so let's talk other stuff about travel, like the fact that, okay, I never understand people that don't go out of Rome. And it's funny because it was reminded to me again last night. There was somebody I was talking to yesterday that lives in Boca Raton and has lived there for 30 years and never has even gone farther north than Delray Beach, which is the next town. Like, I don't get how you live places and not want to explore. The minute I move someplace new, I'm exploring like for hours everywhere. Now, not everybody does that, but that's just my thing. I want to see what's cool, what's out there. How else are you going to know? But I could never get staying in one place at the same time. Now, there's benefits to it too. The benefits are somebody that has lived, I don't know, somewhere between 40 and 50 places in my lifetime. There's no place that's really got everything that I want. Because when you live or travel to all these different places, that's the thing. When you don't travel other places, you don't know what you're missing out on. But when you do,
you think where you're at has everything you want, so you stay.
well, no, basically that's why you go to multiple places, because this place has what you want. This place has other things you want. This place has other things that you want. There's no place on earth that probably has everything that somebody wants, except the people that don't know what's out there. And I think, how can you go your whole lifetime? Okay, my thing one's grandfather not only never left the country, not only never left the great state of Virginia, not only never left the Shenandoah Valley, not only never left the town of Woodstock, which they had, to give you an idea of this town, they had a ticker tape parade when McDonald's opened there. Okay. And haven't had one since. Okay. and the house they lived in, which is still there, half of it was in the Civil War, and I'm telling you, it hasn't been renovated since. Okay.
Is this the one that has the dirt floors?
It has no plumbing. You have to take a bucket upstairs for the shower to drop it down, and you have to walk sideways up the stairs to get upstairs. And there's also hideouts, because it was hideout for the like Civil War and stuff. But the thing is he not only never left that town, his whole life into his 80s, never left the street. Okay. And the roots,
everything was there.
Not a form of agoraphobia somehow?
No, people that are in like the deep South or places, small towns like that, that's kind of what they're like. And, you know, I grew up that way. So imagine he did, where they make it, ooh, it's scary out there. Don't leave because it's scary and things will happen. This is the greatest country in the world, so don't go to any other country because it's really scary out there. You know, stuff like that. You know, so you just, like you said, you find some place and you just stay there. Okay, but you don't realize what you're missing. And the fact is okay, so here's what's even better. You're going to love this, Rebel, because you're from Louisiana, so this won't shock you.
Of course.
Okay. So him and Granny were married for like, I don't know, 60 years, I think, or something like that.
Congratulations to them.
But I'm not sure how many years. It was like maybe 30 or 40 years he was with his girlfriend too, who lived on the same street. So he'd come home for dinner, and then he'd leave, see you later, Ma. And he'd go a couple houses up to his girlfriend's house. Like, not even the 300-mile rule. Okay. Because did you know there's a 300-mile rule if you're going to cheat on your significant other? Did you know about that?
No.
Okay. Because that's the amount of distance that the likelihood and probability of you getting caught diminishes greatly. So keep that
basically,
in
if you
mind.
live in Florida, you have to go to California.
No, 300 miles. Like, you could still be in Florida.
3 hours, 3 or 4 hours drive away or something.
Oh, you're driving 100 miles per hour? Oh, good. Nice.
Oh, well, I'm in kilometers. 100 kilometers an hour.
Yeah. No, we're talking miles over here in Canada.
Okay, so that would be like 60,
we're in the United
60.
States. In the United States, use our things, okay? When we come to you, which we probably won't till you're our state, and then you'll have to convert anyway and get rid of the metric system. Did you know that? You become the 51st state, you might have to get rid of the metric system.
Without it.
You what do you think the United States is going to allow you on something different?
It's just going to be it's going to be like, I could imagine it like the Quebec of Canada. You know, like Canada would be a sub portion of
the Quebec
subculture
of Canada. I thought Quebec is in Canada.
Yeah, but it's like it's its own unique culture within Canada. You know.
Okay, but just to do the conversion for you, it's about an hour and 45-minute drive. Just saying.
Oh, Really?
300 miles? What are you talking about?
300 miles at 50
70 miles per hour, okay? 70 miles per hour. See, I told you they don't teach education in Louisiana, okay?
Yes,
70 miles per hour, okay? It's at least, it's more than 4 hours.
It's like 4.5.
70 times 4 is 280, okay? That's 4 hours to get 280 miles, Rebel.
300 miles. 300 miles. That's 246 at 50. Okay.
What are you talking about?
Okay, who drives 70 anyway? At 80 miles an hour.
80 is not the speed limit. The speed limit's 70, sometimes 65, sometimes less. The bottom line is no matter how screwed up you're going to try to do your math, you're just proving about everything I say about education in Louisiana, because you cannot even count and you're using your fingers and you can't even count.
It would be 6 hours if you did 50 miles an hour. Okay.
That's correct.
But
But
safely driving at 80. Okay.
at 80, okay, so 80 would be 3 hours.
Well,
Just about.
actually, you got to stop at an hour
An
and
hour and 5 minutes would be like 120 miles per hour. Is that what you drive?
No, I do not.
It's like 200 kilometers an hour, okay?
See, you're not
At
listening.
80 miles, it's still just under 4 hours.
All right, listen.
I'm not going
At
to
an
listen
hour
to
and
someone who
45
tells me
minutes.
3 times 2 is 4.
I didn't say that. At an hour and 45 minutes, you've already considered what you're doing, so you might as well have a piece there. Then you get back on the road. and this is going to throw people off, because if you have a GPS tracker on your phone, by the way, people, you got to watch that kind of stuff. It kind
You
of
know how stupid some men are that they don't shut that shit off?
I know, right? But this is how you know. So
See,
you
but
drive an
women
hour and
aren't
45.
that stupid. That's the point. Women are so much better at it that they will think of all the things they would do to catch you. Whereas guys are just like, man, she'll never know.
Yeah, okay. But see, anyway, back to the story. You drive an hour and 45 minutes. You get you some there. Okay? That's going to take off
That's
some time.
outside the 300-mile rule. Sorry, you have failed.
You got to
Do
make
you
your
have
way
like an excellent Family Feud you could put up on the screen, one for her?
Yeah, you need that for sure.
The thing is, okay, so here's the thing. You're being unfaithful. It's a one-time thing. Like, you should limit that to once at a time. If you want to go on tour,
where you get a
that's a whole different
shower
thing.
in between. Where you got even the Pipeman doesn't go on that kind of tour.
Like, if
Okay,
you want to go on tour, that's a whole different like scenario. You know, like if you're being unfaithful, you do it one time and you wait a couple months, you do it another time.
No,
you don't do it all in
once
one
and
day.
you do it a whole bunch in one time. And then you knock it out.
Go on tour.
then you just go to a sex club. You don't need to go anywhere. Because here, you know what's good about sex? You know why you should go to a sex club is because
Or Disneyland.
your spouse or significant other probably wouldn't find and go in there. And anybody that's in there that might know that significant other isn't going to want to tell them because they don't want anybody knowing they're there.
Oh,
Yeah.
for crying
So,
out loud.
see?
There's nothing wrong with a club. Oh my God.
Yeah.
There is if you're
That's,
married or have a significant other and you're there and they're not.
Well, of course it's still cheating, but still, if you're going to go that route, you drive for your hour and 45 minutes.
So
okay?
if you cheat the right way, it's okay. Is that what you're saying, Swamp Nut?
No, I'm saying if you're going to
If
be
you-
sorry for cheating, you might as well do it.
How much experience do you have in this department of
I have
cheating, by
never
the way?
cheated. I have never cheated on anyone in my life.
Okay. All right. Let me ask everybody else a poll on the show here. Is it cheating if you tell the significant other about it?
Before you do it.
Yeah.
Is it
Yeah.
cheating?
You
Health
could
nut?
have an, yeah, I think so. Like Rebel
No,
said,
th-
you could
does
have
the
a
other
you could have a
person-
conversation.
You're
about
saying
it before.
yeah. See, Canada doesn't even understand English. Okay. You're saying yeah to my question of is it cheating? So you're disagreeing with Rebel if you say yeah. Like, listen to people's questions before answering them.
I
Okay, Juan, go ahead.
Now, are you saying it before the fact? And did you give permission? Did they say it was okay? Or how does that work?
yeah, that's
She
like
doesn't even have an answer to that because it's
Who?
she just cheats
Yeah,
and
who?
just try and find an excuse why not to.
No.
Okay.
Who are you talking about? Okay.
I think that we're all on the same page.
It's a typical response to somebody that cheats. You accuse them of cheating, they're like, who? That's like the typical response.
Oh my God. Again. Okay. You
Okay.
gotta be specific
All
with your
right,
question.
let's get off this subject because let's talk about where would you travel to cheat. Okay, let's talk about that then. Okay, you're in Hammond, Louisiana. If you were going to cheat, Rebel, where would you travel to? But if you were going to,
I'm
where
not
would
going
you?
to because cheating is
If
not
you were
necessary.
going
If you're,
to, if you were going to, where would you travel
I'm
to?
not going to.
Or in your
But-
open relationship, do you have
There you
rules? Because I know somebody, in fact, I'm just going to say, okay, I would never say who it is, but at least one of you here has met this person, okay? And they have a rule in their open marriage. And the rule is never anywhere in their home area. It has to be like a totally different state.
In a totally different state. God,
Yeah,
I hope
like,
you live close. Like, you get to
if
know
I say more, I'll be giving too much information.
I mean, I
But
would say, like, if it's an open relationship, just don't do it in our bed, Like,
there you go. Don't
Well-
bring it home.
well, I think that was a good rule what this person said, because if somebody in town sees you, and let's say you're a parent or a part of the church or part of the chamber or whatever, you don't want people seeing you, even if it is an open marriage, okay? Because you have permission, but people are going to talk, especially in small towns like Louisiana. In fact, as soon as we make the 51st state, we're going to demote Louisiana to a city.
Louisiana's a state, not a city.
That's why we're going to demote you.
No.
Yes.
No.
You didn't see that on the news? They're probably not showing that to Louisiana people. Okay. So anyway,
Oh my goodness.
let's go. There's so much that can be gotten from traveling and changes your mindset. Like the first time I went to Europe, I remember being there and going, what the fuck was everybody talking about all these years? Like, because a lot of things that were in my head of why you shouldn't travel abroad just did not exist. There's still people now, they're very afraid to leave the country, to go abroad, because this picture is painted that just, most of the places I go to, they're not really that much different than being here, to be honest. They just have different scenery, different people, but it's not that different. So let's go around the table here. We have this virtual table. And if there was one place that you went to in your whole life that changed your life or changed your viewpoint or changed your perspective or what you thought, what would it be? And we're going to start with Studio Nut because the other people are older and need more time to think about it.
so this is a place that we haven't been to before, right?
No, it's a place you've been to that changed your viewpoint on travel or on how the world is or how that place is or how people are or just changed your life in some way.
I mean, I haven't really done much traveling, just like here in the States and part of Mexico, because like I have family there. But I think the biggest difference is more so like the lifestyle from here to Mexico. In Mexico, people are more like united. They do more things together, and here everyone just kind of wants to do their own thing, and they don't want you to bother them.
Every man for himself.
So, like being like, I grew up here, so I'm used to that. But when you go to Mexico, it's like everyone's like super close, and it feels weird. Like you're not
It
used to
does
that
feel
kind of love.
weird. Like it felt weird to me when I was in Bali, and every single person I walked by in the morning was like, "Hi, how are you?" And it wasn't even fake. Like sometimes it's fake here, but here, like
All
you
the
walk
time here.
around in the morning and people give you a dirty look. What you looking at me for? But yeah, okay. And listen, it could be other states because listen, every state might as well be a country here because the cultures are different. Even the language sometimes is different, the upbringing and all that. I mean, just look at Louisiana. And
Yeah, I mean, if I'm driving to Texas, I go around the state of Louisiana because that's kind of like the bad part of the neighborhood when you see
no
the whole
doubt,
United States.
no
Well,
doubt.
I don't know what y'all missing.
So you just don't want to,
Yeah.
get stuck down
It's too
there and
bad.
break down, and then the locals come
It's
out.
terrible when I try to take my airboat to Chihuahua and it breaks down from Louisiana.
Yeah, that's a bad place to be broken down in.
In an airboat, no less. Like
Yep.
that's bad.
Whatever.
Okay. So
Saying. And for all
Rebel.
of you Louisiana listeners, I'm sorry. He just does this on purpose.
So
Sorry.
Swamp Nut, since you're from Louisiana and you're the slowest, I'll let you go next.
Why should I go next? What do you want? What do you want?
Because you might need more time because you talk a little slower and
I
think
do not.
think
Anyway,
a little
what is the
slower.
question? What do you want?
Why do I have to repeat the
forgot the
question
question.
every time? See, that's why I'm saying you're slower.
Wait,
Because I have to repeat the question I just said twice.
What do you want to know
I
specifically?
want to know where you have traveled to. She's probably going to say Florida too. Where have you traveled to? Anywhere in the world that changed your perspective, your thought process, your viewpoint, your feelings about a place, about people, or just, impacted your life in some way, good or bad, forever. She's going to say
No-
the HIV
no
signs when you get off
place.
at Fort Lauderdale Airport. Go ahead.
No place has really done that for me. I mean, nothing has changed my life so desperately.
Oh, come on. You got off the airplane at Fort Lauderdale Airport, and your first words to me were not hello. They're like, what is with these signs for HIV testing?
All right. First of all, I didn't even see the signs until we were in the car. Okay. You picked me up. at the
Right. You
airport.
didn't say hello till we were in the car.
Not true.
Go ahead.
So not true. But nothing has really made a major impact. Everything has its learning experiences, but nothing really has had a major impact that changed my life. Good.
I think the reason is because you do stuff like don't listen to TSA and they don't let you on the planes to go anywhere else anyway.
Or
I haven't been on a plane since then.
See, so how can you have a? She's the person I'm talking about. When's the last time you even left your parish?
Saturday.
Yeah, exactly.
Saturday, I went to Jefferson Parish.
How far away is Jefferson Parish from you?
45 minutes.
And for the Canadian and the people from Mexico right now, parishes are the same as counties, pretty much. If you were to put, see, they don't even know how to name it a county. That's the problem.
No, first of all, y'all know why it's like that, right? We have Napoleonic code here, opposed to every other freaking state. We are a different state.
So what you're saying is your state believes in all the leadership of Napoleon Bonaparte.
It's a big renaissance.
Oh my goodness, I am not going to go through the government.
I think it's renaissance played at a government level.
Okay, Health Nut. Health Nut, who has traveled almost everywhere and has even left her province. What's your answer?
Oh, I have so many answers to that. But I was thinking of the first time when one of the first memories I have was because I was an army kid. So we moved around a lot. And that's why, lots of travel just bred into me. But
I didn't even know you guys had an army. We never hear of Canada in their army.
Yeah.
All I think of is Mountie.
Mounties.
All I think of is the Mountie on Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Yeah.
If I think of it.
There you go.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'd like to apologize for,
Well, that's why they're becoming the
His intelligence.
because of our military.
Right. Yeah. And our lack of one, I guess. But no, of course we do. It was a picture of one of
Was it a moving picture?
souvenir. It was not a moving picture.
Okay.
It was a mooing picture though, because it was a picture of a cow.
Was it a moving picture of Tom Sawyer?
It was a moving picture. Actually, yeah, probably. I could say that. I could discuss everyday, modern day warrior. Okay. So it was this cow that was so skinny and it looked like a cow I've never seen before. And because our cows are,
No, was it an actual cow or was it a person identifying as a cow? Because I really need to know.
For inquiring minds.
Well, because if it's that skinny, that could have been me. That could have been me if it was like that. Okay, go ahead.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Anyway, I just was, it opened up my mind. Literally was like, how could a cow look like that? Like, where in the world does a cow look like that? And it was Cambodia. It was like complete other side of the world, and I thought, whoa, it's like, it just opened my mind then that people are living different.
So wait a minute.
Reality.
I don't
know if that's a good answer, but I think that really sparked my curiosity to see how other places in the world live and operate and their culture.
So wait a minute.
Mm-hmm.
You're saying, okay, and this might be a hint for Juan, but you're saying you had a holiday in Cambodia.
I did have a holiday in Cambodia.
Hey, Juan, for research purposes, let's find out about her trip in Cambodia. Can you pull up the song by the Dead Kennedys, Holiday in Cambodia? But only play a brief amount because we're probably going to get screwed over it.
Time.
So anyway.
You put like lyrics up or something.
Just sing it instead.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Rebel.
I don't know the song. I don't know the song.
Yes, you do. Come on. I bet you if we play it, you know the song because I know you, Rebel. You don't know any songs until you hear it and like, oh, I know that song.
Well, you're probably right.
Tell me I'm wrong.
Play it for me. I don't know. Let me try to pull it up somewhere where I can.
The Pipeman, did you answer the question?
No, he didn't.
No.
He posed it.
Yeah. How about you?
I did not yet. We're still on. I'm waiting for Juan. Because I don't want to interrupt my answer. Okay. Yeah. So we're just stalling here while Juan pulls that up. I think this is the one. Okay. So here's the lyrics though. Okay. Let's see.
Yeah.
It is. Was that what it was like when you were in Cambodia?
Pretty much. I mean, it was a wild ride.
I don't know that song.
You know who? It's about pot. Not pot that you smoke, pot the leader. Coal pot. Here it is. Here's her theme song right now. It's coming up.
Get ready to boogie.
There it is. Is that what you were in? What we just saw there? Is that what you saw? Was that the cow? Was that the cow? Wait. Let's see if the cat. Let's see if they show the cow.
Related to the cow.
Let's see if they show the cow. Yeah, they're not going to show the cow. All right, let's take it off, Juan.
it's really actually an enlightening. It is kind of like that in many ways. Yeah. In some ways.
Yeah.
Depending on where you're going.
Jello
It has
Biafra.
a bit of a history. It has a dark history.
So I do have to say one of my most memorable moments ever just came to me like right now. Okay, that's what's so cool and organic about this show, because it was when I traveled to California to go do coverage at Aftershock, and I was sitting backstage in the press artist lounge, and there was this dude in the tent. And he started talking to me, and we had a 45-minute discussion about politics, and it was Jello Biafra. And for those of you who don't know that, that's that singer we just saw as the singer of the Dead Kennedys, the original singer, who's one of the most political activists there's ever been. So it was like, I remember I called up my bro afterwards. I'm like, you're not going to believe this. I was just having like a political conversation with Jello Biafra. That's kind of almost like having a political conversation with Ronald Reagan, but on the other side.
That's impressive.
And that song is about politics. It's about the oppressiveness of the government in Cambodia during the 80s.
Mm-hmm. And that's why,
and that's why
there. Other countries
and that's why Health Nut went there with her cow.
Yeah, the cow. The cow led me to Cambodia.
Yeah, it was the traveling cow pants.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. The tail.
Okay, so seriously, that is
the heifer's
memorable.
journey.
But I will tell you what I think is I already told you what changed me is that first time going to Europe. And I'll tell you something else that changed me was going to a place on the other side of the world like Bali that does have a very corrupt government, that does have very strict laws, and the government is very controlling over the people there. And I felt as free as I do here. It was weird. It's weird. It's weird when you know that it's that type of place and you still feel that way. And where I was just sitting there and it didn't look that much different in certain ways. Of course, the scenery is different, but there was still a lot of traffic. There was still a lot of busy people. There was still a lot of things going on. And yet that third world country with a corrupt government could treat the Pipeman for an illness he had for 3 weeks for $46, and I was better the next day, no insurance. Or the fact that my most expensive meal was $10, and that was a lobster dinner. Or I could stay in a hotel that in the United States would cost $1,000 a night for $35 a night. Those are the life-changing experiences, because you sit there and you see these places that you think should have so much less than you, and that things are so oppressive there that you could leave this country and go there and live like you were a billionaire. And that blows my mind every time. And the other part that blows my mind happens in Bali and Costa Rica. These people are as poor could be. They're poorer a lot of times than anybody here in the United States of America, yet they're always smiling, they're always waving to you, and they're always nice, and they're always in a good mood and loving life. That's what we need to learn from traveling, and we'll talk more about that next Tuesday on Travel Tuesday. In the meantime, before we go, and you got to do it real quick, you got like 20 seconds, Health Nut, give them your doc info and your podcast info and everything else. Go.
Okay, Language of Healing on w4wn.com. Tuesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern, right after this show. Just switch networks, and languageofhealingpodcast.com. Is that good? That's good.
And what about your socials?
Oh, Language of Healing on Instagram, Facebook. Same.
Nice. All right.
Yeah.
Pipe Nuts, we're out. We'll be back tomorrow for What the Fuck Wednesday. And that'll be same pipe time, same pipe channel, 1 p.m. Eastern time, W4CY Radio, W4CY.com. Mondays are Motivational Mondays, where we talk about business motivation, inspiration, health and wellness, spirituality, and all kinds of other stuff, dating, relationships. And we have Travel Tuesday, which is all about travel. And then What the Fuck Wednesday, where who knows and anything goes. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you tomorrow. Roll it, Juan.
Thank you for listening to the Adventures of Pipeman on W4CY Radio.